Alright, welcome back to another G Auto Repair YouTube video, and today we're gonna be taking a brief look at these Toolbox widgets that I recently acquired, and I'm gonna be talking about some things that I like, some things that I don't like, but we're just gonna get an overall understanding on how these bad boys work over here. So here's just a quick example of one. They got this little bright orange cog there that lets you know when you got a missing tool there. And this is the vertical wrench organizer, and they also have a bright orange yellow piece of plastic at the bottom. That way you get to see when you have removed the tool. It'll be very obvious that you're missing something there. So now these things are fully customizable. It's a modular system. You can add as many as you need, or whatever the case may be. There's a lot of things I like about them. There's some options that go with them, so you can actually put these little studs that are labels for the numbers, metric or SAE. This doesn't go here. This is for 3/8, and this is a 1/2 inch, so it doesn't fit properly, but the other ones do. And you can put labels on them. These are the new labels that they came out with. We'll be talking about that here shortly. They come in blue and red. Blue for metric, red for standard. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. I'm gonna go ahead and apologize for the mess I got on top of the toolbox. Inside the box is a lot more organized than outside the box. This is a work in progress. I apologize. I'll get to it eventually at some point in my life. So let's go ahead and get to the first drawer, which is the socket drawer. And I didn't use a whole lot over here, but in the wrench drawer, that's gonna be like the star of the show, at least for me, because I used a lot in that drawer. But right here you can see the system here lined up real pretty, and it does help you save a room. Not so much side to side. For example, if you were to put two rows next to each other, they're gonna save a little bit of room, but not as much. It's gonna be about very similar to any ordinary type of ordeal like this. So, and not a big gain there. Where you will save room is in situations like this. See how you have all this empty space here for tools that you don't even have, but they're there. That's where you're gonna save a lot of space. And just to give you a reference, all of these chrome sockets that you see here, these 12-point sockets, they were all in this plastic rail here. And just to give you an idea, as you can see there, all of this, about 2 inches or so, was just wasted space. I can also add 2 or 3 of these to fill up that rack. So all that was just wasted space. And right here I just interlocked them all. And then another thing I do like about this is that if you can go from 1/4 inch to 3/8 to 1/2 inch. It doesn't matter, because they all use the same locking system. And I cannot find the one. Oh, here it is. As you can see, this is a 1/2 inch. These are 3/8 right here, and over here we have 1/2 inch. So you can see there that it uses the same locking system, so it really doesn't matter. You can interchange them. You can mix and match them. Oh, this doesn't go there. That goes here. And it works perfectly. As you can see here, I got these 3/8 swivel impacts, and then it jumps to 1/2 inch. These torques, impact torques, go to 1/2 inch. So you can see there that they work. They interlock together. So You don't have to start a new row or separate them. You can if you want. You can do whatever you want. That's the beauty about this system. You can do whatever you want. It's all customizable. If you have these, for example, in these swivel sockets, this one's a little rusty for I haven't used it in a while. You're gonna need spacers. They do come with spacers like these right here. You're gonna have a lot left over depending on what sockets you're gonna be organizing. So I got a bunch of extras here that I didn't use because I didn't use none, literally none, and it went from 8 millimeter all the way to 19 millimeter here, and I didn't have to use one socket. But on these I had to use spacers for every one of them. Every one of them has a spacer because they're so thick. And in these 1/2 inch right here, I didn't have to use any at all. So, and they come with plenty of spacers. And if you need them, you use them. If you don't, just store them because you may need them for some other socket styles. And one of the things that I don't like, and again, this is just me thinking out loud here, but these are kind of in the high price range. These each one of these bad boys is about $20, and you get to organize 12 sockets, 12 wrenches, 12 whatever. They come in sets of 12, and it's about $20 per. And the labels, they does not come with labels. They are extra. You do have to pay extra for that. That kind of bothers me a little bit because I figured, you know, you could throw in the labels in there. I mean, why do I have to pay extra for the labels? And yes, it is optional. You don't have to have it, but I kind of give it a little touch. Not so much here. I mean, it's not a big deal, but in the wrenches they do, and I'll show you that here shortly. But I feel that, you know, they should give you the option. All right, do you want metric or standard? And just throw in a set of those. You know, package them separate, but, you know, ask us if you need it and just throw it in there. I mean, that's just my opinion. I don't know. These are not Toolbox widget. These are tool organizers, actually. I like these better. They look, I don't know, I just like these better. And I use several of them throughout to hold these extensions and this breaker bar, this very long extension here, and they work really great. They're also magnetic, as you can see here. They do have magnets on the bottom, which is another thing about this system. It also has magnets in the bottom, and they work very well. Once you lock them all in and they all work together, forget it. This is going nowhere, as you can see. That ain't going nowhere. You can slam that drawer and it ain't going nowhere. But yeah, it does add up. It does add up depending on how much you want to organize. That's why I didn't go too crazy with this drawer, because right here it can get costly, you know. And plus, I kind of like these for now. I kind of like these. They came with a socket, so it works really well. Another thing is that, for example, if we look here, I'm missing a socket here. Okay, that's just because I'm missing it. It got lost or whatever the case might have been. But for example, if you buy a tool set, like for example, you go to Harbor Freight, you buy a socket set, and we all know that Harbor Freight loves to skip numbers. So if you don't have a particular socket size, then no big deal. You just skip it and you put the next one on there. You know, if you don't have a 9, it goes straight from 8 to 10. Well, you just put 8, 10, 11, 12, or 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, whatever the case may be. If you buy another type organizer, it comes with slots, and each slot is numbered to its socket designation or whatever. And if you don't have that socket, guess what? You're going to end up with something like this. Just a hole there. It's going to be just wasted space. So this, you can actually customize it to your tools. So I really like that as well. So let's move on briefly to the next drawer, and this is the wrench drawer. Oh. And this is where this really shines, in my opinion. I was able to fit a lot of wrenches here. Most of these wrenches weren't even here. I had them laid flat, and they were organized, but they were just laid flat, and it took a lot of space. Now, to make this work optimally, you have to interlace your wrenches, see, because these gaps are enough to where you can fit other tools in between, as you can see here, here, and here. And that way you can just, you know, squeeze everything together, and you can fit more tools in the same space. And that's what I was able to do here. I was able to see none of these wrenches were even here. They were nowhere here, and I was able to fit a lot more tools. I didn't touch nothing here. All this is identical. I didn't fool with anything here. This is where I concentrated all my time in, and I was able to fit a bunch of tools here that weren't even in this drawer. I was able to clean up space somewhere in other drawers, put them here, and now I have more room in my toolbox. And that's the point. That's the point of this these organizing kits, to help you not only be more organized, but to take advantage of the room or the drawers that you already have. So that's pretty cool. And as I was mentioning earlier, you can label them, and these are their new labels. This is their original labels. If you've bought in the past and you got an older kit, is the same organizer, but the labels now, they give you an option. If you get the metric, they come in blue. If you get the standard, they come in red, and they really shine. They're made out of like some chrome material or something, so when the light hits it, it really stands out. And what I was saying earlier about skipping numbers, if you don't have that particular tool or whatnot. For example, here I have an 8mm, and then it goes straight to 10, then it goes straight to 12, 13, 14, 15, skip 16, 17, 18, and 19. That is because I don't have those particular wrenches, so I don't have an empty slot there because the slot is numbered for that particular tool. No, these things you could just pop in, pop out, put wherever you want, and that works pretty cool too. So I really enjoy that. Like I said, I just don't like the fact that I have to pay extra for those labels. That's the only thing I didn't like. But again, that's just me. And finally, we'll go to the plier drawer, and these are their universal 90-degree angle tool organizer. They do have a vertical plier organizer, but in this particular drawer they would not fit because it makes your drawer or your tool sit vertical, and these are really shallow drawers. So the 45-degree angle actually gave me an excellent how do I say this? Excellent angle to lay out all my pliers, and I'm still able to close the drawer, as you can see, with no problem. This drawer was super full. I couldn't fit one more plier in here, and I was able to actually put most of my pliers here in this first row, and they all fit. And then I was able to lay out the ones that I can't put in the organizer because obviously they stay open or whatever the case may be. They're spring loaded. I just laid those flat, no big deal. But I was able to gain all this room just by using this. I bought like two or three kits of these universal tool organizers. They do come also with spacers. Let me see. The lighting is not all that great, but there is spacers there, and they come with wide spacers and more of a narrower spacer. So depending on the thickness of the tool, you can use one or the other and then make it work. And maybe, I'm sure you can use more than one, just in case you got a really wide tool or something, I don't know. But that works great. If I would have had a few extras, I could have, maybe put these and whatnot. Maybe in the future I'll get some more and finish that up. But that saved a lot of room in this drawer particular here. And again, these are the universal 45-degree angle ones. I didn't use anything for the pliers. I'm sorry, not the pliers, but the screwdrivers, because I kind of like these trays. Yeah, you do lose some room there and whatnot, but you know, it works. I've had it like that for years. But they do have some for screwdrivers as well. I didn't use any. I did buy a bit holder from Tool Organizer, and I have it down here, and it's pretty nifty. It also has magnets in the bottom, and the reason I just put it here is because initially I was gonna put it here, but this is a two-step ordeal here, so you can put these deeper bits, and it doesn't fit in the drawer. So it was gonna be you know, silly to have this all empty up here. So I just decided to put it here, and I located a different one from somewhere else. I don't know where I got that from, to put these bit holders there. I may revisit that in the future, get one like this, but more for the shallow ones, and that way I can fit some bits in there. But overall, this the Toolbox widget organizing system, it's actually pretty cool. Like I said, there's some things I don't like about it, you know, but overall it's not bad at all. It does save tons of room. I mean, once you lay everything out right, you get to eliminate all this empty space. You know, you use what you need, and you could put the little stems here with the numbers if you want. If you don't, you can leave it without it. I mean, it's your call. You know, it's an option. You don't have to have it. I just think it gives it a little extra thing, I guess, if I can say it that way. It makes it look a little nicer, especially the wrenches. Especially these wrenches, I like the way these look. They're really cool. These come straight up gray. I used a black Sharpie, and I painted the numbers and the millimeters and all that, just to make it stand out more, because it comes generically, it comes just straight up gray, like the color of that. Same thing with this. See, I did the same thing with these stems. They come, originally they're just like this, without nothing. Okay, so I just used a Sharpie and colored it in a little bit so it could stick out. I don't know how much you can appreciate from the video, but you know, when you're here in person, you can see it more clear. Well, that's it. I just wanted to give you guys a quick rundown about this Toolbox widget, the Toolbox widget system. Something relatively new that I found. I think they've been around for not too long. I'm not sure, but it's pretty cool. If you're thinking about getting it, yeah, go ahead and get you a set and try it out for yourself. See if you like it. Like I said, things I like and things I don't like, but overall it's a very good system. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video. Ciao.